Hi, Angel here. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in to watch another video. It's been election week and I've kind of been preoccupied with a little bit of that, but that doesn't mean that there's not time for a little Q&A. So I haven't really been recording a lot of content because I've just been grinding, and I just haven't recorded that much. We did enjoy Halloween. Tani Tot was a chef and she really enjoyed that. You know, that was the role that she had been practicing for her entire life. Her little chef outfit, it comes with measuring spoons and spoons and oh look, there's a mitt and she's got some cute little shoes to wear with it. All right, so you look?
Perfect.
All right. The day before Halloween, she was Baby Yoda, which was, be still my heart. Let me correct that. She was not Baby Yoda. She was the child. All right. And she'll be sure to tell you that. But yeah, all in all, everything's been good. Been working out, doing all those things. And yeah. If you're new here, my name is Angela. I lost 200 pounds, fell in love with running, and now I'm trying to live the healthiest life I possibly can while raising a toddler. So I asked some questions on Instagram, and I'm super excited because y'all sent in a lot of questions. So I'll try not to talk too much, but we'll go ahead and get started. Don't forget to like this video. Never underestimate the power of a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button, follow me on my socials, and let's get into the video. My first question was, have you signed up for any races in 2021? No. I'm afraid to sign up for races because I don't know if they're going to get canceled or not. Now, the one that's really kind of tugging on my heart right now is the Louisiana Marathon weekend because, you know, if you know, you know. I always do that race. That's one of my favorite races of the year. And I'm very hesitant about signing up for it because the Houston Marathon did get canceled, but you know, COVID in different states is handled differently. So I don't really know if that's going to happen. I think I'm going to sign up and just take my chances on it. But like the whole travel thing and all that, it kind of just really makes me nervous. Like I said, every state handles COVID a little bit differently. So no, I haven't signed up for any races, but if I do sign up for one, Louisiana Marathon, I'm coming for you. What are your favorite leggings for running? I used to be like this whole like Nike training pro girl. Like that's all I would wear to actually do my running. But they're kind of thin and they don't have pockets on it. And I'm a runner that runs with a lot of crap. Okay, I know that I run with too much stuff. But I currently have been wearing the Athleta Contender 9-inch short. And that's what I've been running in, and I usually wear pro compression socks that go over the calf, so that kind of like helps with that. There is a longer version of the Contender, like the full length legging that I love to wear. It's got like pockets on the side, and I just love wearing those, and they're high-waisted, and that's what I need. I prefer a high-waisted legging, so that is what I wear. I will link it down below. What's your favorite show on Netflix? All right, I love Netflix, so I assume that you're going to be talking original shows. The one show that I don't want anyone to sleep on here is The Society. It's a show about like these kids that are basically left to fend on their own. Like they're stuck in their town, but nobody else is there except them. It's just this group of kids, and they kind of like have to build their own society and, you know, start from the bottom up, and like they have to learn how to take care of themselves and what to do about the electricity and all of these like weird things. Like the first season was so good. There's a second season coming that hopefully will explain a little bit more of why they're left there. I think it comes to, I don't want to spoil it, but yes. Watch that show. It's a good reflection on how we run society, and it's just very entertaining. It's kind of like Hunger Games. I don't know. I like the dystopian kind of stuff, so it's definitely a good watch. I've also watched Emily in Paris, which is cute. I mean, I binged it. I mean, I like Sex and the City. I like Darren Star type thing. So I like younger. If you like Sex and the City or younger, you're gonna love Emily in Paris. It was cute. Let me see. I also love Last Chance U. That was something that I followed along with from the beginning, and it's something that really captivated me. Like, but the last season was kind of mad because it is the last season of the show, and you kind of weren't invested in the team. I'm just gonna keep naming shows. I loved Virgin River. It was like Hallmark type vibe there, and then there's gonna be a second season on Netflix, so I enjoyed that. And The Queen's Gambit was actually really, really good. I didn't like the way that it ended, but like I was still satisfied. So definitely don't sleep on that either. I can keep going on the Netflix stuff, so I'll probably have to do a blog post or something on it to keep going. Okay, so what was your motivation to keep trucking when you were in the beginning stages of weight loss? In grad school, I had to read The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, and like, I'm not going to say that it was life-changing, but it put a lot of things in perspective. And one of the 7 habits was to begin with the end in mind, and that is something that I always stuck with. When it was going to be difficult or when I was going through challenges, I always begin with the end in mind. So I focused on what I wanted to be doing later on. I don't know, I guess it's kind of like manifestation a little bit, because, you know, like I had an idea of what I was going to look like. I had an idea of what I was going to be able to do. And just like knowing that I was putting in the work and I was moving one step closer to the end was a lot of motivation for me. And it's always something that I stuck with. And I need a little bit of that kind of motivation right now. But that's always like the one thing that always helps me get through a lot of like difficult situations or challenging situations is, and I always go back to that, about beginning with the end in mind. What was the biggest obstacle for weight loss? The biggest obstacle for weight loss, I guess, was getting other people to realize that I was serious about it, or to just like to cut the commentary. Like, everybody had something to say. Oh, you look too skinny, or you're not eating enough, or you're not doing this, or you're not doing that, and or you shouldn't be doing this, and all that constant chatter was just, it was too much. Just like, my biggest thing is if you know someone that is going through like massive weight loss or is trying to like really achieve their goal, just zip it. Just, unless they're coming to you and asking for that, then just zip it and just let them be their own way. Like, don't let them harm themselves or whatever, but you can't really be the person to determine whether or not they are harming themselves. Kind of, I hate to even say that, but like, just dealing with other people and getting people to understand that, no, I'm not going to eat the McDonald's the way that I used to, or I can't go hang out with you the way that I used to. Like, it was kind of like a whole like lifestyle change, which was hard to deal with yourself, but also having to deal with other people, especially people that have known you like your whole life. They're used to you being a certain way. What was your aha moment for the desire to lose weight? So I know Willie and I had talked about this a lot in all of our interviews on CNN and Today Show. Yes, I'm flexing, Runner's World, all of that. Willie said that he wanted to lose weight, and that was something that he wanted to do. Selfishly, I was wrong, and I was like more worried about him than worried about myself, even though like he was overweight and I was overweight, but I saw him as being more overweight than me. I don't know, that's kind of rude and bad, and you should never ever have those feelings. So like, I'm sorry about that. But he said he wanted to lose weight, and I was like, oh, well, if you're gonna lose weight, I'm gonna lose weight too. So I think initially it was just easier because I knew I had somebody else that was gonna be doing it with me. And I will tell you this, Willie was way more strict about it than what I was in the beginning. And then I was very like laissez-faire about it, like didn't care. Well, is that even the right word? I was very nonchalant about it. And Willie, like from the get-go, was very like tracking his food, doing all that stuff. And like he didn't get on me, or he didn't pressure me to do it, but like seeing that he was doing it kind of like eventually just changed my mindset. He said that he was ready. I was like, oh, well, hey, I'll do it with you. And then it just started to click after that. But it was hard because for every 75 pounds that he was losing, I was losing 25 pounds. And, I was putting in the work, and then you just have to be patient. You have to be patient with all of those things. What does a recovery day look like for you? Those are the days when I do not close the rings on the Apple Watch, and it kills me because like I have like this competitive nature inside of me that just like, even if I'm set up like that, I'm just like, I know today is a rest day, but I still want to close those stupid rings on my Apple Watch. So a rest day for me, usually by the time I make it to Sunday, I'm just like doing stuff around the house, Sundays are usually my rest day. Maybe I didn't make that very clear, but unless I'm running a race, which, you know, we haven't been running any races lately. I'm just sitting around the house. I watch YouTube. I don't do anything like at all. If I feel like it, then I'll go for like a leisurely walk or take the dogs for a walk or whatever, but I don't do anything. I probably need to like incorporate some yoga into those days, but like when I take a rest day, I am a bum. I don't do anything. I enjoy the time and I try and free my mind because most of the time I only get one rest day a week and sometimes that doesn't seem like enough. I know somebody had asked what was my favorite pre-long run meal, and I always keep it simple. I do pasta, marinara sauce, and grilled chicken. That always worked for me, and I'll eat bread. So what's the hardest thing to be disciplined in? For me, it is definitely the eating. Working out has never ever been a problem for me. I love working out. It's just very refreshing for me, but I can't count calories because it's not healthy for me and I get too wrapped up in the numbers. I'm an intuitive eater. It's just what works for me, but also at the same time, I have to rein it in sometimes, you know, like never loved sugar before until I had a child. Now I love sugar and like I have to be very careful about that, but definitely the eating, the portion size and all of that, because you know sometimes you're just hungrier than others. So the thing now is that I'm learning to trust myself and trust my body. What's your dream vacation? Well, my biggest thing that I always wanted to do was go to China, and thankfully we've been blessed that we already got to do that, and that was a really amazing experience. The one thing that I want to do, I want to go run this race in like Cambodia and like Vietnam, and I think that it would be absolutely amazing. And actually this year I was supposed to go to Vietnam and Cambodia, but you know, COVID happened and I was going to go for like 14 days and it was going to be like this really, really great thing. And obviously it's rescheduled for next year if I even decide to go. But what are your favorite non-active hobbies? Obviously I like doing creative things. I went to school to do journalism and, you know, hopefully one day become a photographer. And I did that for a little while, but it's hard to pay your bills on that. So I obviously have a deep passion for photography. I've always been like a creative type person. And whereas like I used to actually do arts and crafts, now my creativity has kind of been transformed into making these videos or doing those type of things. I love reading. Like I said, I went to school for journalism, and so that's probably why I've gravitated towards a blog and all of that. I wish I loved to cook because I hate it. Let's see. What's been the hardest part of toddler years for you? For me, the hardest part of toddler years is actually losing that time, because when Tiny Tot was a baby or whatever, I could do like a whole like host of things because she was a baby. I could just tote her with me and I didn't have to worry about it. Now it's like a whole ordeal, and you know, they say, oh, babies are so hard. I feel like that the babies were a whole lot easier than when they were toddlers, and I couldn't even dream of training for a marathon right now like I did when she was a baby. And like if I try and do that now, I would just constantly be tired. There wouldn't be enough time, and I would always feel like that I was missing something, whether it was missing a training or missing out on time with her. Because, you know, like life, you know, you have to go to work, you have to pay your bills, you have to do all that. And as much as I would love to be able to make these videos and create content full time, maybe one day, and not have to, and be able to work on my own schedule, which I am a little bit blessed that I do still get to work on my own schedule, the kind of work that I do. It's hard that I've lost that time, but in the same respect, you know, I was able to take her to work with me and spend time with her and all of that until last year when I felt like that she just needed to be socialized and all of that. So the hardest part has been the losing of time and bedtime. I don't know. Bedtime is always the hardest part of toddler life. Let's see, how do I handle tantrums? The thing about my child is, and I kind of foreshadowed it, even when she was a baby, she would throw like little tantrums. And then everybody was just like, oh, she's just a baby, blah, blah, blah. No, that was Tiny Tot being Tiny Tot. That is in her, that's in her being. I tell her to go have her own time because I feel like when a child is having a tantrum or they can't handle it, then they just need a little time to themselves. Now, tantrums in stores means that I'm leaving the store immediately because I feel like I have to set the precedent to, you know, like if you're going to throw a fit inside of a store, and I know that that punishes me because I'm trying to do something, but if you're going to throw a fit inside of a store or inside of a restaurant or whatever, that means that we're going to leave, and those are things that we're not going to do. So for me, I'm a little bit of a savage mommy. If you tell me that I'm not going to do something, that's the quickest way for me, you know, to do it. And I think that that's helped me out a little bit with my very, very stubborn child. But yeah, handling tantrums, it's no good. I think that's it. That's all the questions that I had. So like, I feel really cool that I got all of those questions and I got to answer them. So thank you so much for watching this video. Give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, comment down below any more questions that you might have because, you know, hey, Q&A, I love it. Yeah, I said thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.